So we back with another sessions, man. We were talking about this a couple of days ago after CJ McCollum made a statement on, I forgot whose podcast it was, but he made a statement that 33% of NBA players live paycheck to paycheck. That's crazy.
Nuts.
I know it's not just NBA players, it's basketball players. If you remember the ESPN 30 for 30 broke, that detailed a lot of the things that CJ was talking about. So, John, I'm going to start with you. How is it that 33% of NBA players will start there are living paycheck to paycheck? What the fuck?
Well, I want to be the guy that come on here with some bullshit. I feel like some of it's just ignorance. Like there's been before these cats out in this year, like 2020, you still living paycheck to paycheck after seeing story after story after story of folks going broke and playing in the league forever. Like you're not going to be coming in for being prepared. You got to get them dumbass yes men out from around you because now you're just being stupid. There's too many stories out here for you cats to be living paycheck to paycheck. It ain't like you 9 to 5 living moms like some cats like me. You know what I'm saying? Like you get good money to who? And you just gonna blow it? I'm sorry. You're just being stupid now because there's too many stories out here to help you and see that, hey, you know what? I shouldn't do that. And yet you still gonna do that. I know you got to help your people and whatnot because you're gonna help your folks out. I can't knock that for doing that. But at the same time, you can't lose everything helping everyone. So I think it's stupidity right now.
Pierre.
Yeah, I kind of echo what John says. To be in the NBA right now, I think you have a ton of resources available to you, resources like financial planning, and then just to have the right people around you. I think some of these NBA players right now are a victim of taking care of too many people, which is going to lead into our next question. And so to be very honest, these young individuals can't really do that early in their careers, especially off that first NBA contract. I don't know what those numbers are, but it sounds like the NBA players really start to make their money on the second contract. And right now, it sounds like a lot of them aren't getting that opportunity to get to that second check. We're not talking about the Ben Simmons, the LeBron James. We're not talking about these individuals who are wealthy, not just from their NBA contract, but off the court sponsorships. We're talking about some of these mid-level, these bench players. They have to be more financially aware of what's going on around them and who they're taking care of and who they're putting on salary, because that money's going to creep up on you real quick.
Man, you can't be out here stunting.
No, you can't, man. You don't need 12 cars. You don't need 12 houses. You just have to be smart. You have to be able to plan your money a bit better. And it sounds like they do have the resources available. Like I said, they need to start tapping into their rookie season. So,
when I hear that a lot of NBA players are living paycheck to paycheck, it doesn't surprise me to the fact that it's not that you're getting so much money. It's like, how can you have all this money and you're spending it all? It's just a mentality. If they haven't learned from their parents or people from around them who probably are living paycheck to paycheck, it's just a reality of things for a lot of people. Whether you're making $1 million a fucking year or 30,000 a year, the mentality doesn't change. So when you get that check in, when you get your $1,000 a month or your 500,000, man, you ready to spend. Half the time, the NBA players, when they get in the league, they're buying a car. They ain't buying it right out. They ain't got all the bread yet, so they got to finance that car. You're gonna finance the house. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna finance shit. So you live in paycheck to paycheck because you can't, you're paying all of these bills. You got so many things, just like regular, your regular person out there. They got all of this. Except now they're just doing that on a higher level, so the payments are more expensive, paycheck to paycheck. So that the first and the 15 come in, $100,000 check, $30,000, $100,000 check come in. Shit, 15 of that is bills. You know what I'm saying? And then you're trying to live the life. So I think it's easy for that to happen if you don't come in with a plan, if you haven't been taught, if you're trying to finance everything, if you're trying to live above your means. Even if you're trying to live at your means, that's not the way everybody, you should live below your means. I know it's easier said than done. Shit, I'm struggling with that right damn now, but that's just how it is. So I think it's like a mentality. They coming in with that, oh shit, I got a $30 million car. I got a $15 million contract. I got 15 million. You don't have $15 million. That's not how it works. Like,
how do you teach that so we hear a lot of these stories about NFL and NBA players coming from really tough backgrounds. How do you teach that to a young kid, 20 years old, 21 years old?
How do you
teach that? Go ahead, before.
No, go ahead. Ask a question.
I'm just trying to say, how do you teach these young individuals that at such a young age that, hey, you have to be smart with your money, you have to plan ahead of time, especially when they don't come from anything. they want to live that lifestyle that they were not able to have growing up. So how would y'all teach that to a 20 to 22-year-old person?
Go ahead, John. I'll let you answer first.
Oh shit! I don't know I don't know. I learn differently, and I struggle with knowing that other folks learn way differently than I do. But I don't know. When you get this money coming in, I understand you ready to spend something. When I get my little check, I'm thinking, all right, I need to go get this. But then at the same time, you know, I gotta take care of this. I gotta take care of that. That's why at that young age, you need somebody. You don't hire somebody outside the family to help manage your bread. Like, don't hire a family member. But somebody, there's classes for that. They said they give out classes. Maybe they have mandatory classes or something. I don't know. But they said it's classes for the NBA cats coming in, trying to help these mobs with this. So if there's classes for it, are you skipping over it? Or are you just not paying attention? And then what's there?
Okay, so look, I'm not the most financially savvy guy in the world. I figure a lot of these NBA players coming in are probably, well, they're young, so they can't have the issues of like trying to catch up. They're not
exactly. These mobs coming in with good credit. Like they ain't bought nothing yet.
And it's easy. Whatever your mama's bills, your parents' bills are, you can knock that out in one.
No problem. Man,
you can knock that out
within the same year. You got your check.
So, what I think is, like John, you're saying you learn differently. I mean, you can't get the Bentley the first check, like the first contract. Why can't you just get the Benz? It was 40 racks. You know what I mean? Why can't you, like, it's just I just think it's decision making. It's okay, don't go get the $4 million house on this contract. Like, your mom and them never lived in Scottsdale before. You know what I mean? They've never lived in fucking Minnetonka. Send them out, you know what I mean? I'm saying, like, if you used to Minneapolis and motherfucking South Phoenix type, put the motherfuckers in a night. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need the.
Like, they got too many like yes men around them. Folks like folks want to, okay, yeah, you should do that. Why not? You got the bread, man. You can't have it. You got everybody around you. It's a lot of yes men around these folks, man. These cats and as we get older, you can see that, and technology gets smarter. The minds ain't working as well. So like, man, these moms are just running around doing the stupidest shit possible. I don't understand.
I think y'all touched on it though. First is mentality. You gotta have the right mentality to understand that you don't need to put on a show for other people. You need to make this bread last for your lifetime, not just your lifetime, but hopefully your generation and generations after you. But then I also thought John touched on it too, is by having the right people around you. If you didn't grow up with money, which a lot of us do not, you need to find educated resources outside of your family or outside of your closest people to help you plan and help you keep that money. So I think y'all have the right mentality, but we're in our 30s opposed to being early 20s.
19 and shit coming in there. So it's totally different.
But their parents are in their 40s. So I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And then that speaks volumes upon these parents.
Right.
Like, man, like these moms, like, man, I don't talk about nobody's moms and stuff, but I know y'all want to get this bread, but you also got to make sure your son and know what he's doing. Like, oh, hey, baby, that's stupid.
This is why I admire cats, speaking of football dudes, like Calvin Johnson, Gronk. Even though Gronk's a show, mentality-wise, that boy said he ain't never spent a game check. Same with Calvin Johnson. They never spent a game check. Can you imagine that? They just living off their endorsements.
Sound wild. We can't do. We talk about NBA. Like, we can go with B. Jennings when he was in there. That mom was driving around in a Ford or something.
A Hyundai. He got a Hyundai his first contract.
Yeah, he was like, man, I got something simple to ride around in. You know, he was still fresh. Cat had the little dope clothes on. But he ain't bought nothing extravagant. He just, something cool.
You can get like folks act like you got to buy the Balenciagas.
Go get you a nice Ford and flip that motherfucker a little bit or something. I don't know.
The Cadillac. Run to the mall, grab some Vans real quick for $40 and stunt. We straight, man.
We got all the Vans.
But even if you want to step it up, get the Jordans, because I know you wasn't getting them all. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't getting all of them beforehand.
Get you a couple of J's. I'm like, man, get you one nice little Cadillac Escalade. Get you one of those. Oh, shit.
It was Lou Will. Shout out to Lou Will, aka Two Bitches. Lou Will was telling Lou Will was saying how his rookie year he had bought I think a Fendi belt. He said he spent it was like $800 or something on it. He said he felt so stupid afterwards. He said he'd never do it again. He said he went and bought a pack of white T-shirts.
Man.
like, and
then you remember Ocho Cinco talking about
I was
taking
just-
declares.
Yeah.
Declares with the big ass
With the fake
you think
earrings.
the phony is because people don't think they real.
They real, you know. I'm Ocho. Get out of here.
And just
And
think,
that's why I love him. He one of the best followers on Instagram too and Twitter because it seemed like he's so smart with his money, and I like that.
right? And
And B-Hop, the executioner.
I didn't know.
He was living in a damn apartment
Oh
complex,
yeah,
making all that
yeah,
money.
yeah. But see, John, like you said with Brandon Jennings, I think it's funny because when you fast forward to now, he's been out of the league a couple of years.
A few years now.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna deduce that he's probably not struggling.
I don't think he's struggling at all.
I
don't think B. Jennings struggling at all, man.
I don't think he's struggling.
He
But
doing
a lot
his
of that,
camps or whatever else.
A lot of that may have to do with those guys, the guys you talked about, Calvin Johnson, Gronk, Brandon Jennings. It sounded like they all had a plan after sports. So they were setting themselves up for life outside of sports. I can't play this game forever. I'm Calvin Johnson. I want to retire when I can still walk, when I can still jump and do everything I want to do. So let me set myself up now to be good by the time I'm 35, 40, however old. That's smart, man. A lot of people don't think that way.
All right. So, okay. How long Bron been in the league?
17 years, 18
17.
years, something like that.
He's on this, yeah.
So, like, if Bron's like this generation's Jordan, right? Bron came into the league with a game plan.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're not going to follow anyone's blueprints, follow LeBron's. At
But
least
it's
LeBron's.
It's hard to follow Bron. Like,
No, I'm not saying like he to his level, his kind of level this man is at, but he came in with a game plan.
Yeah, he has a plan for his life.
Even his team. Even his team, though. LeBron's had that team, Mab, the other dude that's been around. He had his team since he was in high school.
He put that team in play, though.
He did.
Man,
but everyone's not as
people around you.
Everyone's not as business savvy as LeBron was, even at a young age. That's why Bron is LeBron.
Okay,
but that's where you have to be, though.
That's what I'm saying, though. If you coming into the league, if you come in any league now, and if you everybody's about a huge Bron fan, Bron's this, Bron's that. Watch what Bron did. Like I wasn't even a ball fan of Bron. This man made me a fan of him on the court and outside of it because of how he make his moves. Like this man. Now, if you come in the league now, you're gonna get this money. You know what? I may not be as big as LeBron, but let me bite off of someone what this man just did. Like, cause he probably a dope ass game plan.
Then you should take it. If you can't use LeBron as an example, which I think you probably should. Everybody can take things. I can use LeBron as an example in my life. You know what I mean? And I'm not a hooper, but anyway, like take a smaller level guy, maybe like a journeyman, like or somebody like. How do you know? Like, how have you done it so long? Like, figure out. There's other guys in the league who are very smart. It ain't just LeBron. It's guys that you don't know nothing about. I'm blanking right now. I've heard stories of other guys.
Man, for real. No, I'm talking about smart.
Right. They $5 million contracts. These dudes rich. You know, they super rich because they know how to do things.
Devin George for an example.
Excuse me?
Devin George for an example.
Devin George, shout out to Minnesota. Augsburg.
But no, the reason what I was saying about LeBron is LeBron he had to figure that out really young, a lot earlier than a lot of these NBA players. Now, LeBron had to figure this out sophomore or junior year in high school. So, yes, he's had the foundation in place for a very long time, which made him the billionaire that he is today. I don't think a lot of players has had that exposure.
Go ahead,
Wait, but just think.
That's all I'm saying.
LeBron, look at how LeBron grew up. He didn't have no pops. He was in the hood. Like, who taught? Like, he watched.
Like, hold on, man. What we saying is, we talk about these hoopers. Like, most of these cats are the football player, whatever. You didn't came up in your city as the dude. If you the dude, so y'all know, fuck, he going to the league. Whatever league is going to be, he going to the league. He cold. So even though we said Brown's that sophomore year, okay, so by these cats, junior, senior year, they know they finna do something.
Let's look at hold on. Let's look at on a lower level, Pee-wee. High school. Look at Mikey Williams right now. He shouldn't be setting himself up.
Oh yeah, he should. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Doubt.
He a freshman.
Okay.
He a freshman.
Okay,
he know what's
like he know he's the man right now.
Times are a little different now, opposed to. But I'm not making an excuse for anyone.
All I'm saying is
LeBron was on TV, and in sophomore year in high school, junior year in high school.
So now there's the media. So now there's social media. Everyone's got a mixtape. Everybody that's cold as hell got a mixtape. Yeah,
Bron didn't have no help back then.
He
didn't have
ESPN came to him. That was different.
Yeah, like.
But now everybody got social media all day long. Like you can put all your YouTube shit on there. Hooper's gonna follow this shit. Like, oh shit, this cat real. And then the other cat can put. Man, it's easier.
Before social media and the media got into play, Bron had to think about this a lot sooner than these individuals did
Right.
that he's playing in the league with now.
Yes.
He's playing in the league with now. These young boys in high
Where you
school,
going?
yes, they're exposed to it now, no problem. So they should be following the blueprint. But all I'm saying is the players that are in the league now, they weren't exposed to the same things LeBron was exposed to. LeBron had to make different decisions than those guys.
It
just
was
because
harder.
He's a
That's
bigger
all I'm
brand.
saying.
It was harder. I'm not saying it was
It
easier.
was harder for
I agree. It
Bron.
was harder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
LeBron has been taught to think differently. These players haven't been
By
forced
who,
to
though?
think differently. By himself and the people around him, because he's been a brand for so long.
You know you're making that point, right?
listen,
I agree with y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. I agree with
all
y'all.
right, okay, I was going to say, all right.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with y'all at all. All I'm saying
Okay.
is Bron is in a different category.
The
than
way
a lot of
your
guys.
tone is coming
Because
off as if you're trying to rebuttal when we go like going
Look,
against
No,
what you
I'm
said.
not
mean, look,
rebelling at all.
let's go
Okay.
back. Let's go back to Sebastian Telfair. Remember, he
Mhm.
had the huge fanfare before LeBron.
Yeah.
Was he setting himself up? No. Look what he's done. Look at the past transgressions in the last couple of years. Unfortunately, I shout out to Bassie, but still, you know what I'm saying?
I think he was setting himself up for one. He did have the correct people in place. He had both of his brothers who one of them tried to play professionally, and then the one that just passed away. I think he was setting himself
Then
up.
what happened?
What happened is when he got into the league, he started to get out of pocket with some of the things that he was doing. I love Bassie. And
That's what
everything,
we
but-
saying. You
Yeah,
gotta.
true.
Didn't,
But I
stick to
think
that
he was on the
path.
right path. He was on the right path too before social media became social media. He was on the right path to being.
Stay on that path. Why you get off that path?
Damn, didn't
I
they
don't
lock
know.
him up?
Yeah,
That
he
gun
just
shot?
got out.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
He,
he out though? Okay,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
they
they
Glad
gave
to
him
know.
some. It was on some bullshit though.
Man, that's some dumb shit.
Yeah, it
too,
was some
man.
bullshit.
And he was doing good in the hood.
Right,
That was
like-
man, oh my goodness.
He just got caught up. He had all them things in his car. He got caught up.
Look at guys. Let's go to football. Look at guys like Maurice Claret. I don't know if y'all remember him for Ohio State, the running back. He had some. He was trying to go to the league early. It kind of messed him up and everything, but he did get a shot. It was a small shot, but I'm saying with all that fanfare you have, you got to set yourself up. Like you can use your likeness, you know, to gain money, to gain equity, whatever. You can get things.
Fuck out them damn camps.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about how we do things, man. So like I think
But guys didn't think about that. Guys didn't think
you're
about
right.
that.
You're right.
Until Brian really came on the scene.
You're right, because then they seen, oh shit, like
This
this
is
how
bigger
you,
than basketball.
this how you supposed to do it.